Hello, I'm here with Joe. Recently, Joe completed some online coaching with me, and today we're just going to kind of go through where she was when we first started, the process, and now where she is at the moment. So, Joe, thank you very much for speaking to me today. Really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule and finding somewhere quiet at work.
No problem.
So, let's just jump straight in, okay? So, we started working together about 8 weeks ago, wasn't it? And what kind of situation were you in then, like with your body, and why did you decide to do something?
Okay, so I just put on a little bit of weight and I was just feeling in a bit of a rut, couldn't really get out of it. Tried my usual dieting techniques, which aren't always probably the best, and they weren't really working. So I wanted to try something different, I guess.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, so like with the way that you were, how was that kind of affecting things? Like, how did you feel? Like, did it? I don't know. Some people, it stops them going to certain social situations. I don't know if that was the case for you, but like, how were you feeling back then?
I just felt like it didn't stop me socially, but I just felt more insecure, I guess, not as confident. I'm quite a confident person, but it was completely taking that away.
Yeah, well, it's not like you were ever particularly overweight. That wasn't ever like an issue, and so understandable that was how you were feeling. So when we first started working together, like how did we go about solving this problem? Like, obviously, you're looking to lose weight and you wanted to do something different to what you'd done in the past. So how was this kind of different to what you tried previously?
I've never, I guess, asked for any help before. I've always done it on my own, but I felt like I needed that support there.
Yeah.
And also, I wouldn't say I've more focused on diets where I've just cut my calories probably quite a bit lower than what I usually should. Whereas obviously you go more of a, more sustainable route, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you were actually quite good. Like, we were able to keep your calories still pretty high throughout the whole process. Your body really enjoys eating more food. I mean, some people you have to be quite strict with, but actually you're quite fortunate you can eat a lot more, and because you're already working out a lot as well, your body just wanted that fuel, and the weight, like your whole body composition just changed, which was fantastic.
Exactly.
So yeah, we're kind of like training quite a few times a week, obviously, kind of a bit of a mixture between weights, which you'd not really done so much in the past, had you? And obviously now a bit of cardio. You wanted to do the classes at gym as well. So kind of finding that mixture between me telling you specific exercises and then you just enjoying working out and enjoying going to the classes as well.
Exactly, yeah.
No, it's good. I think it was a really good balance with, you know, how you did it, because it wasn't too prescribed. We found a way which worked for you, right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Awesome, good. So kind of from that position that you were to start with, going through the process and then got to the end, your weight really didn't shift that much, did it? But like visually, there was a big change in how you looked, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I only lost 4 pounds, maybe 5 maximum, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I noticed particularly on my stomach.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. You can really see in your progress pictures like that change from before and after, like your stomach, your waist, your legs as well, like everything, your arms too. It was like, that was really good to see. I mean, that was the good thing because you're not particularly tall, obviously, you're quite a petite lady. And so that weight change for you were never going to have a dramatic kind of 25-pound loss, were you? It was more about changing what your weight was from kind of muscle from bit of fat and now to being a bit more muscle based, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. I stopped eating all the rubbish foods and just exercised a little bit more. So it looks, I don't think if you saw the before and after you'd think it was just 4 or 5 pounds, you'd probably think it was more.
Yeah.
But the way I did it, obviously it was fat turning into muscle as well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you wouldn't, from the pictures, you would definitely think you'd lost more weight. But I think that because you'd never really weight trained in the past, you had this perfect opportunity and we were fueling those workouts. So you managed to get more muscle. You kind of toned up, as we like. I don't generally like to say that, but people will understand what that means. So you were much more firm. There was much less kind of softness, and you were much more capable as well, which was really, really good to see. So like, how did that kind of change affect things for you from like a mental point of view? Like, how did you feel once you kind of got to that place?
Loads better. Just got my confidence back, I guess. Just feel like a lot better in myself. My clothes fit better. Just generally happier, I would say.
Awesome. That's really good to hear. And obviously, once you basically got to the end, you actually went on holiday as well, didn't you? You nipped over to the States for a bit.
Yeah, I know. It was good timing, actually. Because if I'd have gone on holiday how I was feeling before, I think I'd have felt really conscious, but I didn't at all. So
yeah, and also you were over there, you were able to still kind of eat a bit more freely, and you didn't put on any weight, which is brilliant, and it was all kind of a bit more stable. And now you're at a place where you've got this body you want, and you're eating way more food as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's brilliant because now you've got a bit more freedom. You're in a place where your body's comfortable and happy, and you're able to eat more and still train, and you've still got this body now that you've worked hard for, and I think that's really, really good.
Yeah, agreed.
Good. Okay, cool. So kind of looking back now to where you were before we started training and thinking about yourself in that position, like what would you say to someone that was maybe in that same position that you were?
To try something different, I'd probably say. Because for a while I'd probably just got a bit miserable about it and sort of lost the motivation to do anything. So I think you just have to think, is there something different I can try, rather than giving up?
Yeah, I think a lot of people do, they give up because they tried something and it didn't quite work for them.
Yeah, and I find some diets can work for you at some stages of your life, but they don't work at other stages. I think your body sometimes just doesn't want to do what it's done before, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, I think we all go through different phases, don't we? And like at one point, if you look at yourself 2 years ago, just picking a random date, you look at yourself 2 years ago, your whole physiology is different back then, your whole life situation is different back then, and to kind of have the same diet then as you do now, they would respond completely differently, wouldn't they?
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, good. So it's kind of like a bit more finding the right approach for you and not just kind of following something blindly, but actually trying to make sure that it works for you personally.
Yeah, that's it. Find whatever works for you and just stick with it, I guess. Don't give up.
Awesome. Okay, brilliant. So I think that we've kind of gone through the majority of stuff. We obviously didn't work together for a long period of time. You didn't have much weight to lose. It was more just about those small changes that make you feel, better about yourself, a bit more firm. And so I think like you've done super well. I was so happy with your progress pictures. They were so good. And it says a lot more, like the visual says more than the numbers do. And I think that's what's most important, isn't it? No one cares what your actual number is. It's, how you feel about yourself, and it's the way you're looking, right?
Exactly. So, yeah, before I would have said I focused on numbers. Since training with you, I would say I do more. I've stopped doing that. I've stopped stressing about what the scales say. I'm more focusing on how I feel and how I look.
Brilliant. Amazing. That's. I'm so happy for you to say that. That makes me feel really good as well. Okay, cool. Well, I think we probably could leave it there. We don't need to kind of chat through much more. You've been really wonderful coming and speaking to me. I know you're super busy, so thanks for taking some time to do that. Really appreciate it. And for you guys watching, if you are interested in kind of finding out a bit more about how Joe did this, then there's some information on my website, www.david-bertelshaw.com. You guys can check that out. And Joe, again, thanks so much for speaking to me, darling. Really appreciate it. And I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, thank you for your help.
No worries, darling. Take care.
Bye.